Hey guys, welcome back to another power rankings video, alright? Last week I know I got a little bit of hate for my power rankings. I think he's going to like this list a bit more because I think the top three are easy top three in the league. Top five specifically is easy top five. The rest you can be up for debate, I'm sure. But yeah, let's just get right into it. So at 10, we're honestly going to have the Kansas City Chiefs. I think I had them last week at 10 as well. I don't think they really moved. Until I see them play a pretty darn good team and win, like the Ravens or the Chargers or the Rams or Cowboys, then they'll go up. But until then, they're going to stay right at 10. But of course, you have Pat Mahomes, you have Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce. But that defense is not good. And their running backs are banged up. I know Clyde's banged up. The O-line's been kind of underperforming, even though they went huge in the offseason at O-line. But they've been getting better. I will say they're getting better. So I am going to say at 9, the Chargers have dropped quite a bit. I hope Sam puts a graphic in at where I had them last week possibly, and then show them where they're at now. I hate to say it, like they got absolutely destroyed by the Ravens. I was expecting that to be a close game. Because, I mean, of course, they both beat the Chiefs. The Chargers, I think, beat the Chiefs much better than the Ravens did, honestly. And I'm just surprised. I'm surprised the Chargers didn't really do that much. But it is what it is. But they're going to be at 9. I think they're going to shoot up in no time. Of course, you know, we have the bye week. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. So we have at 8 now the Tennessee Titans, man. They took down the team I thought was the no doubt best team in the league in the Bills. And honestly, go Titans. I respect the heck out of Titans. I like Tannehill. I love Derrick Henry. A.J. Brown, Julio Jones are two of my favorite wide receivers in the league. Of course, they've been banged up, man. If they've been fully healthy this whole season, they would possibly be talked about more. And again, they won an amazing game, so good for them. So they got bumped up quite a bit. Of course, they weren't in my top 10 last week, so good on them. I was actually kind of doubting the Titans this year, but I'm starting to have a little more faith in them. All right. So at number 7, we're gonna actually have the Green Bay Packers. You could argue they could be a little higher, but I like 2 more teams for sure more than them. Of course. Aaron Rodgers is a bad man. I think they could get bumped up a bit after this week, based on how they handle the Bears. Or not the Bears, who are they playing? The football team. They should be able to take on the football team and win that. But they were able to take on the Bears, had a great week. It was kind of close at times, which I don't love. Like, I feel like they should be a more dominant team. That's why they're only going to be at 7, because I feel like they should be more dominant than they are. But of course, there's a lot of factors in there. Like, their defense is actually really banged up. Like, a lot of their corners are done for. I think a few of their safeties are hurt. So what they've been doing with that defense is stellar. That offense is keeping them alive because Aaron Rodgers is that bad man. So for me, at 6, we're gonna have the Super Bowl champs, the Bucks. You could I think them and the number 5 pick I'm gonna have could be interchangeable, but I don't know, there's a lot with this Bucks team I don't necessarily love. The offense, I think, is stellar, but their defense is... Here's my thing. They're banged up right now, so when their defense is fully healthy, I think they might do much better work. And they'll probably be a top 3 team on my list eventually. But until they're healthy, they're going to be at 6, but that offense is stellar. Antonio Brown is looking like the Antonio Brown of the past. Tom Brady is having the best year of his career, I think. He only has like 1 interception throughout the first 6 weeks of the season. And of course, Mike Evans and Chris Godwin are great. Leonard Fournette is looking stellar, actually. Good on the Bucks for like having faith in these guys. The teams were just dumping because they have so much talent. Like Leonard Fournette and Antonio Brown, they're very talented guys, and they're on a winning organization, and they have the GOAT as their quarterback to help them get through their kinks, you know. But all right, so that's 6. All right, so at number 5, we're gonna have the Buffalo Bills. All right, man. So they dropped 4 spots at least because they were my number 1 team in the league. But now after that Titans loss, I can't put them in the top 3. I can't, because there's other teams that look so much better. You could maybe argue for 4, but I'm liking this other team a little bit more than them. But anyway, sucks to see. Josh Allen, I think, is a monster. He had a bad pick, but it wasn't his fault. I think he got tipped. But yeah, I mean, they're still a very talented team. Their defense is solid. Obviously, that receiving core is pretty solid as well. Like, Stephon Diggs is a player I really like in this league, and Josh Allen's going to end up being one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and if he's not already, you know. So just watch out for them. Like, they're still a top 5 team, but this loss is definitely bringing them down a bit. But watch out for the Bills. All right, at number 4, we have the Cowgirls. I mean the Cowboys. Nah, man, like the Cowboys, they're looking good. They're looking damn good. Like Dak, he is such a true leader on that team. That defense is looking great. Trevon Diggs is a monster. Micah Parsons is good. Of course, you have an elite wide receiver core. CeeDee Lamb is looking like the wide receiver 1 on that team. Amari Cooper has been kind of quiet as of late, but man. And of course, that running back core with Zeke and Tony Pollard is great. But Dak is the reason why this team works. Like if he goes down again, then Cowboys they're automatically not Super Bowl contenders. But as of right now, they're a top contender in the NFC in my opinion. And so we should watch out for the Cowboys. They could go for a run. Who knows? Right, but that's number 4. On to number 3. So at number 3, we have the LA Rams. I know, me not having them in the top 3 last week. You could argue for 2, but I don't think they're 1. But they are an elite team. Their defense is very solid. Of course, Matthew Stafford is bringing that offense alive. Running game's actually pretty solid with Darrell Henderson. But of course, Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods are elite wide receivers. And then, of course, you have 2 of the best defensive players in the league on your defense with Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Donald. And they absolutely destroyed the Giants. Like they had like 35 unanswered points in the first half, which is crazy, or like which is nuts. Like the Giants couldn't do anything against them in that game. They eventually started to put up some points on the board, but it was destruction from the Rams. So they're at 3. They're a damn good team. A little salty though, because I'm from St. Louis and I hate seeing the Rams be this good. It pains me a bit, but I feel like, you know what, screw it. LA can have the Rams. We're probably going to get a team because of this huge lawsuit, but we can get into that another time. All right, so at number 2, we're going to have the Baltimore Ravens. I would put them at 1, but I can't do it right now because, again, they've had a couple bad losses, and they've almost had some bad losses, but they've gotten lucky. But they've been super competitive as of late. They've been absolutely whooping teams. Like, they destroyed the Chargers. They beat the Chiefs. They're looking good. Like they had a really good game against the Raiders, and they had that huge comeback win against the Colts. The Ravens are unstoppable right now. Like they are getting hot. Lamar is finally getting a groove of things. Again, I just don't love that team. Like it's a lot of good skill position players, right? The defense is solid but banged up. Of course, that offense is a little banged up, specifically at running back. But Le'Veon Bell is now their starting running back. Because Latavius Murray got hurt, and then obviously all their other running backs are hurt. But who knows? Maybe Le'Veon Bell has a huge resurgence, and that team is just insane now. But they're already a really damn good team because of Lamar. Hollywood Brown is looking he's looking like a number 1 wide receiver. So look out for the Ravens. They could get bumped up to 1, but I don't know if that's gonna happen right now. Because at number 1 we have the Arizona Cardinals. Still the only undefeated team in the league. They are looking dominant. Again, the only game I didn't love from them was when they played the 49ers, and it was kind of a close game where it shouldn't have been. But I know that team was a little banged up that week. But then they come back a week later and just absolutely destroy the Browns this past week. And Kyler Murray is looking like the MVP of the league. He really is. Dude has a great arm, great pocket presence. He can run the ball. Like the dude's just a monster. And of course he has great weapons. Like Christian Kirk, I think, is a solid wide receiver. DeAndre Hopkins is great. AJ Green's had a little bit of a resurgence, which I thought we would never see. I thought he was done. James Conner and Chase Edmonds is a good running back duo. And that O-line's solid. That defense, though, you got Chandler Jones, who they didn't even have against the Browns because he was on the COVID list. And you have J.J. Watt as well. J.J. Watt has been a monster as well this year. Of course, you have Isaiah Simmons. You have Budda Baker, who are great safeties, you know. And man, oh man, the Cardinals, they cannot be stopped. They look elite. But yeah, they're my number 1. They'll probably stay my number 1 until they lose a game, and depending on who they lose to. If they lose to the Ravens in a game, I don't know if they play each other. But if they lose to the Ravens, they're probably going to be swapped. They'll probably be the 1 and 2 teams. But I think out of all these teams, the teams that probably have to come up in the list again are probably the Packers, the Chiefs, and the Bills, I would say, because those are all teams that I feel like are really good, but they've had some rough losses. But all right, guys, that's gonna be it for my power rankings this week, heading into the week 7 of the NFL season. I hope you all enjoyed. Make sure to leave your comments down below. Let me know who you think are the best teams in the league. Honestly, put down your power rankings. I want to know your guys, what you guys think. But yeah, just make sure to like and subscribe, and I will catch y'all really soon. Bye-bye.